Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to another episode of Parallax. We're getting near the very end of the game here. There's just 2 puzzles left, and we're going to do our best to solve these suckers. So, I'm guessing they're going to be pretty tricky, but I guess we're going to have to move in and really see what's what before we can know what's going to happen here. I think I was supposed to hit that button first, because that's going to move this platform around. Let's try and speed this up a little bit. Let's try and get into that door, because that's at least somewhere we can go. Don't have a whole lot of other options at the moment. Alright. Oh, and we walked into lasers. That is my biggest concern when trying to do this. These lasers are really irritating. Especially because they make us do this whole slow walking segment over every time. Come on. Okay, we're out of the lasers. Good. So that's ranged, so we can get over to that side and see what that button does, which looks like it changes this portal? Or is that just the Dark World version? There might be one in the Light World that does something different. We'll head back over there and take a look and see what actually is going to be happening here. Up we go. And... oh, okay. That would do it. It flips us over on its own. Perfect. Is this actually right? Do we want to be on this angle? Because we are upside down right now. Ah, this'll do it though. Flip us again, and perfect. Now we can get across over into here. And this... ah, this changes the door on the other side, so I'm going to have to go bring those panels entirely in the opposite direction now, aren't I? Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Let's just hide here for a second and hope nobody gets hurt by deadly lasers. Switch. Okay, and we go around again. Oh, and I ran straight into the laser, of course. Let's try to do this a little bit more carefully so we don't wind up with too many unnecessary deaths and restarts on these puzzles. But I think we need to switch this all the way around now so we can get to that door from the beginning and see what that changes. I'm guessing it'll change the first panel. And I fell straight off. That's what I get for trying to be speedy. A swift and painful death. And I missed the platform. Cool. We're having some hard times here actually doing any of these things. Okay. Hit the button, follow the lasers around the slow way. I'd love to speed this up a little bit, but I don't think it's reasonable right now. We just have to do things slow but steady. Alright, come on back down now, platform, so we can rise you up to victory. Excellent. There we have it, and now we go back to the other side again. And, we can go to this side. What's over here? This changes the first one. Ooh. That's interesting. Can we get to the other side of the first one? Oh, we can if we drop down and then ride back up. That's intriguing. Okay. Let's go down here then. We'll ride back up. We'll go into the main side. Because that should let us go up or down? Change our orientation at least. Yeah, this one goes up. And now we have the option of going down into any of those ones as well. That's interesting. So we can come up to here. This is rolling very slowly, though. Although we can't actually get into any of these, can we? No, that is a problem. Since they're all rotated incorrectly, we can't actually get into any of them. Alright, let's go back down if we can. Can I get back over there? Yeah, I just have to go to the other world and then drop down, I guess. Because then we can go back and hit that button, which will let us switch this one, which should let us switch some other ones. So let's go. Actually, I can do it like this. Oh, and it flipped. I was about to say, I can do it like this, can't I? We jump over to here. Oh, no, it's going down now. Okay. Well, we'll climb back up, let it flip us over, and go in through there. And that should let us fix the problem nice and quick. We did still fall down, but I guess you can't win them all. Except now we're on the wrong side again. This might be a problem now, because I don't know if we can easily get back into the other side. Because we're down here instead. Because that one is there. Does this rotate? It does. Okay, so we can get out. We're good. We're not stuck. We can do it still. Alright. Let's come over this way then. Fight the curve of the wall there. And let's see what this button does. This button... Ah, good. So these all switch each other. This should let us get into the dark world on that side. We need to get into the light world on this middle one, but... For now, we're making good time, so I'm not too worried. And this one switches that one. And that leads to an elevator, which is unusual. Alright. What does this do? What is the point of this? Lets us jump over the portal. But what is the point of this? We're all stuck on the wrong side now. What I need to do is have that one face the other way, rotate this to there, jump down, and then we can go across. Alright, we've actually got potentially most of this puzzle solved then. In that case, we might actually be mostly done here. So let's just hit this button, and we'll cycle around, so now that leads to the exit portal. We're going to need to hit that button, I think, to actually get the exit portal facing the way we want. And then we should be done here. Not as complicated as I thought it might be, this puzzle. At least from a first glance, because we can go back around this way to hit that button and change that one around. This will work. We come into here, we hit this, it switches that portal. And that should be the last button we need to push. We should basically be done, although... Yeah, no, we're right. We skip this one, we go around to the second one. Might have been able to do this sooner if I knew what I was doing, but we've got it here. That's the puzzle complete. That was an interesting one. I actually quite liked that one. It was a little bit more like point A to point B, but we actually got a perfect on it on our first try too, which is pretty cool. Huh, awesome. Alright, this might be the last level, guys. This might be the last level. And it looks like a bit of a doozy. Looks quite complicated. Alright. Well, let's start by flipping ourselves over so we can get past these immediate lasers. There's a button over there we can't push yet. Flip ourselves back over so we can land. I wonder if that part's ever going to be relevant again. It's got one of these moving tiles. It's got a button we can push here which changes portals. What does this go to? That goes to a wall we can't deal with yet. Okay, what's on the other side then? Before we start messing with these portals, oh, there's nothing else, alright. We can go underneath these lasers here, just barely. Check out this side as well, though. But this side is all blocked off from the looks of it. Oh, and yeah, we can't stand on there. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Back we go then. Back we go, down we go, and it's time to flip the portals and see what happens. I think it's interesting that this game doesn't really track deaths at all. Or high score times. That switches that back. That's how we switch that laser, and that is a dead end. Okay, let's go try the other portal then. Not sure why we'd want to switch that back and lock ourselves over here, but I'm sure there's a reason later. Look at that timer, though. That is a big timer. There is a nasty time segment in this level somewhere. I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to explore the level and see what everything does first. So we got a button over there we can't reach because we're on the wrong angle, but we have a button here we can reach. Which changes a bunch of lasers. Okay. Let's go back around and see if those lasers being moved actually does anything for us. It might change things on the other direction. Because I don't think it changes much here at all. We still can't jump across to there. but it does affect, I think, the other orientations. Let's go back up again, switch these back, and see what happens now on the main track. Yeah, now we can jump across here and hit the other button. Perfect. Okay, so this actually connects right here. Is there anything else on this side? No. That rotates that portal now. Okay, interesting. What does that do here? Does that mean we can go straight up again? It does. Do we even want to go straight up here? Because what does this let us do? This lets us switch all the lasers back, but why would we want to switch all the lasers back right now? Because that's just lasers. And that's just lasers. They're now blocking that portal, though. Whereas before, I don't think they were. This lets us flip that portal around again, but again, why would we want to do that right now? It's already flipped. We can't get to that one anyway. Now, we could flip them from here, but that prevents us from doing anything else. So that doesn't seem to make any sense. We could try and use it to get out to that button, but I don't think that's going to work very well either for us, because at the moment, we have no way of getting to there from anywhere else. Even if we go through the other side here, I don't think it loops all the way around. It might, though. Let's hit them both here for a second. And try going around this way. I don't think they connect. Oh, they do connect. That would do it. That's going to let us get to the other side in the light world and hit that other switch there. Okay. What does this do? This rotates that panel, which gets us access to that bottom portal, which is now blocked by lasers. So I should have switched the lasers back, is what it's saying here. I suspected I would have to, because that was incorrectly arranged. But I wasn't sure, and now it seems like I was in the wrong not to. Alright, back through we go. So that'll mean we're probably one jump at least off from a perfect finish, because we won't have the lasers in the right orientation. But we can live with that. Not too worried for perfect finishes right now. Alright, we switched the lasers back, so now we can jump down here. And we fell directly on the laser bulb. Well done. There we go, that's more like it. So here's where there's two switches. One of them activates the turbo timer, which rotates a platform. The other one is our exit. Unfortunately, our exit's locked. So we're going to have to jump across here and turn this so we can get out. Now, before we start running, we're going to have to know where we're going. So where does that turbo timer activate? It activates that. So we have to be ready to run past it when it goes, but I think that's all that it does. This might be the end here. We might have already beaten this level. I'm not convinced, though. Let's try it and run. Run, 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 run. Oh no. Oh no. We have to switch this back. Before we can do that, okay. The floor panel has to be there, otherwise there's no way out. So the floor panel got switched from the end of that panel in the real world, but now we've got the real world, the main world, but we have the panels flipped now, so we can't easily get back that way. So we're gonna have to maybe do this whole course again, and that would suck. If we come straight through here, is this the one that changes the other one, or is this the one that changes the lasers? This is the one that changes the lasers. I think that's actually okay, because we can afford to change the lasers now, because we actually have a path across that is not blocked. We don't need to worry about jumping in the hole anymore. How many moves are in this, officially? 10 actions, we're already over. But there's been a couple places where we've messed this up now. I think I need to be going the other direction, don't I? Yeah, I definitely do. And I just fell off again. Cool. Cool beans. Let's go back through, switch those around, and try again. We're going to be way over on this mission now because I didn't realize we had to fix that as well. But we can live with it. Okay. So we switch this back, and it fell off again. For some reason, I'm having a really hard time with the platforming in these in Chapter D here. All right, is this one blocked? I can't tell now. I think it probably reset since we fell off. So let's go back and... No, I just reset it again. It was in the correct place before. Cool. This is why dying is bad. No, actually, I heard that wasn't what I did, was it? This is why dying is bad, you see? You get very confused. It's very easy to get very confused. Okay, now we go and cycle them one more time. This game is really interesting as far as puzzling goes. A lot of the levels are quite simple, but the fact that they're organized the way they are makes them incredibly confusing and easy to get messed up in. Even if you think you know what you're doing, it's pretty straightforward to make a completely crippling mistake that means you have to go back and do a whole bunch of stuff again. Which doesn't matter too much, I suppose, in the long run, but it does mess up your ability to get that perfect score marker that we're all always after in these game kinds of things. Okay, let's do it. This should be a victory here. If we're quick, we should be able to get there in time. It's working on it. If we're fast... We made it, no problem at all. Done like dinner. Achievement unlocked, full gravity of the situation. We were way over for actions there, but we got through it eventually. I just didn't realize we had to move that lower pillar back down. And that's all, really. Huh. We beat Parallax. That's all it does, too. Interesting. Huh. So what do I think about this game? Is there anything extra? Not really. Nothing else hidden away in the options menu here, I don't think. Can you change the controls? Oh, good, they do have rebindable controls. That's nice. That's definitely appreciated. But, yeah, I don't know. This game is really interesting. I've definitely enjoyed it. Let's try changing the colors. We'll go into another mission we've done before and mess around for a little bit. But, what's a nice one? That gray is too dark. Let's do this one. We'll just try a level with a different color scheme and see how that plays out for us. But, yeah, I think it's interesting. This is definitely an interesting game. The fact that there's only 32 puzzles is a little bit short, I feel. I feel like it could do with one more chapter. Not a ton more levels, just one more chapter. Bring it up to 40, add in one more new mechanic to mix things up a little bit, and then I think it'd be excellent. For what it is, it took us just under 3 hours, I guess, to beat it. So for a $10 game, that's not terrible. It's pretty reasonable. The puzzles are good. I still haven't gotten perfect on all of them, so there's more replay value to try and go in and figure out how to actually solve them perfectly. Some of them I'm pretty sure I know how to solve them perfectly already. We just didn't do it properly because we didn't realize we had to go back and do certain things in certain orders. So doing that properly would probably fix it pretty straightforwardly. But I think this game is definitely interesting. As far as I understand, it's also the only game by the developers so far who are... What's their name? There's the music paused for a second here while we quickly check what the name of the developer is. It's like something Toast Games. Oh, nope, you stopped that. Toasty Games, yeah. And this is the first thing I've heard of from them, and it's interesting. It's definitely a good, interesting puzzle game. If I had to enter any complaints, personally, I would say that I feel like the movement speed is a little bit slow. Your character is... especially in the early levels where it's very straightforward, your character is really slow moving. And I understand that's based on timing puzzles and things later, so it's all kind of built into it, you can't just speed it up. But you still feel really weighty. And And the only other thing really is that I feel that a couple of puzzles were a little bit sort of like, go here, do this, which opens up the path to here, do this, which opens up the path to here, do this. But with that said, I still haven't got a lot of them aced, so I can't really complain. They were tricky enough to stop me from getting them on the first try, for the most part, but it's an interesting game. So this is going to be a shorter episode than normal. I was kind of expecting the last two episodes to be a little bit more, last two puzzles to be a little bit more challenging, given how hard some of the ones just before them were. But overall, I'd say Parallax is an interesting purchase. It's definitely worth picking up if you like puzzle games. It might be worth waiting until a sale, if that's what you're into. I generally advocate sales because we're on PC. Why not? But it was enjoyable. It's definitely not perfect, but it was enjoyable. So if puzzle games look like your thing and you kind of enjoyed the look of this, then give it a check. And we will quickly jump into a puzzle here, very quickly one, and just see how this looks with a non-black and white aesthetic. It's, obviously it's the same game, but the fact that it has the different looks is nice. I'm kind of glad we stuck with the black and white one personally, because I like that crisp black and white look, but this is, a lot warmer. A lot warmer. Huh. Cool. Anyhow, like I said, this has been Vanguard of Valor playing some... Okay, the other thing too is that it doesn't track your deaths or your time. It gives you a score for them at the end, but it doesn't care about them. All it cares about is actions, and whether or not they're perfect. Seems like you could track these kinds of things so that people could actually improve their scores. Either way, thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor, playing some Parallax here for you. If you've enjoyed this series, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'm probably not going to be doing all the perfects on screen, because that's a little bit repetition for us. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, though, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, bye-bye.